Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. I don't know how many people are alive and well right now, considering what have it, the Comic Con. There are like three Comic Cons going on in the world right now. I was uh, I was really hoping to be able to go to New York Comic Con. It just did not work out. Simply did not work out because I was just like, nah, there's no need for me to go. Maybe we'll consider next year. And then all of a sudden, people are like, you should go, you should go, you should go. Please go. Come on, let's go. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll go. And then, what do you call it? Some of the guys like Ario Anandito goes and shows up in the chat the one day. He's like, are you going to go? Because it'd be cool if you go. I'm like, oh, if you want to go, I'll go. But I couldn't go. The last minute prices to buy the ticket, we're talking about like $150 for the thing, and I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm just not going to do that. What's going on, Raven? How you doing, bud? But yeah, I did try. I genuinely did try. It was too late to get the. Oh, Corey just bamfed in. What's up? Mutant power extraordinaire. But yeah, it was just. It was one of those things. Um, perfect, perfect storm working against me. Hey, what's up from Scotland? Baxter Clare. Baxter Leclerc. What's up? So, yeah, I used to do that for a while. Geez, how many podcasts did I miss? Did I miss like two of them? I think I missed two of them. The most recent 2 weeks. Oof, hard, man. Michelle, Michael Louiselle. What's up? Um, I'm thinking about changing the name of this from podcast to live stream since, it's actually a live stream. Raven has confirmed it was two. Since it's more of just a live stream than anything else, because I'm actually thinking about doing a podcast also one of these days, which would be completely different. Don King is here. What's going on, man? How you doing, man? Hey, Dylan. What's going on, Dylan? I'm glad to be back. Yeah, this was a bad week for me. Like, just stressed out level, like, big time. I got to the comic book store a day and it was just oof, it was bad. I went to when it started. It actually started the weekend before. I went to that concert, that Tinnerin concert. If you guys are familiar with the band, if not, look them up. Tinnerin, Gabe Lee, what's up? Slay, what's going on, Slay? Glitter and duct tape, one of my favorite names. You just saw Joker and you loved it. All right, sweet, Slay. Yeah, I got to. When is that? I think that. Oh, I think it already started here. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I didn't go because I did hear too much about, like the military actually put out a warning talking about, yeah, the incels are talking a lot on the 4chan and 8chan websites. And they're saying that it's going to be really bad. Like a lot of people threatening to go out and start killing people to bring attention to their cause of not being able to get laid. I understand the idea, like the frustration. I get it. I get it. I get the frustration, but work harder, maybe? I don't know what to say, man. I get it, but if we voice our filthy thoughts to Mr. Hickman, and his satellite writers might listen, good rebound against us. What's up, Victor? How you doing? Oh yeah, the last thing that I really have to do this week is edit the game that I got, the face rip game that I wanted to do. So yes, that should be episode 4, I believe. I've got a total of 10 episodes, not including episode 0, which is session 0. So I've still got, if 4 is coming out, that means I've still got 8, 7. I still got 7 more to go. So we're good. We're good. And I got to start trying to find a couple more. I got to try and put my stuff together so I can actually get the stuff going. And then, yeah, I really want to start. I'm going to do blank scenes, blank backgrounds for now because I am a perfectionist and I really want to have actual scenery, but I want to start doing my stop motion animations, but I just yeah, I can't get these scenes together. It's really hard to do these dioramas and to make them big enough for the actual movie. Like, it's one thing to make a diorama just to have people in front of them, but to actually do stop motion, you need a big scene. You know what I'm saying? You need a big scene, a large amount of scenery to do that. So yeah. Hey, Suan, what's going on, Suan? Did not bring up inside for shooters 4141 page rant. Stepped away from my computer saying, oh, yeah, yeah, man. There's like people just going crazy. Sebastian, what's going on, Sebastian? Um, Nick Klein, Deadpool fame, relaunching Thor, God of Thunder. I'm looking forward to it because it's Donny Cates. At the same time, I'm disappointed. I talked about it before. I said I was really disappointed in the idea that Donny Cates is going to be doing. Or no, excuse me. I said of all the people that I want to do Thor, the last person that I want to do Thor is Donny Cates. Why? Because Donny Cates has when you saw the interview that I did. I think that was podcast number 84, something like that. One of the podcasts I did where Donnie Cates was on. I interviewed Cates. He talked about how like his favorite writer right now is, or one of his favorite writers, the one that he looks up to the most though, is Jason Aaron. So you could tell like he read his Thor faithfully, his God Butcher stuff. He decided I want to be a part of that, so he made All Black actually be the Null, the sword that eventually turns out that was actually Null. That's the reason why it was so powerful and blah blah blah, all that stuff. So it's like yeah, the guy loves it, but it's like if you wanted this story to continue, the perfect guy to do that is Donny Cates. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, we've been doing this dance for what, 7 years now? I think it's time to move on. Like even with Walter Simonson's run, he did it for 2 years, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing, but he's clearly told every story that he needs to tell. I feel like Aaron has told every story he needs to tell. The only good side is that we're gonna have probably the perfect continuation of Thor from Aaron's run, but it will still be with fresh ideas. So I am curious where we're gonna go with that. And let's be realistic. With Kate's, the main story he wants to tell is Null. Everything that he touches eventually has Null coming into it. Um, I was a little bit weirded out to find out that he's not going to be continuing with his Guardians of the Galaxy after a little while. That's a little odd for me to hear, especially since the solicitations for the upcoming after the Death of Rocket storyline that we're in right now. All he's doing is bringing all of his stories that he's done so far together. So probably the Doctor Strange, but undeniably the stuff in Guardians that he's been leading up to, the death of the Inhumans, the Null storyline with Venom. All this stuff is coming to a major head soon. Oh, including the Silver Surfer Black. Like we got one more issue of that coming out, and then he's going to escape the black hole, but he's going to escape it radically changed and apparently depowered in a major way. So all of this is going to be like, dude, oh my god, what the hell is going on? So with all of his stuff coming to a head, you know that Null is going to wind up coming back. And mind you, I love what Cates is doing. The guy is high energy. Excuse me, I hate seeing a bunch of scumbags, like of all the people I hate, I don't like the idea of anybody talking trash to any of the writers. So like it's so this trollish culture that we have nowadays is so pitiful. It's so pathetic. I myself, I barely know how to handle it nowadays, except to just ignore it. But like me growing up, if somebody talks trash like that, you punch them in the jaw. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you can't really do that anymore. I'm going to give you an example of that in a bit. That relates back to my thing I was talking about. Um, I was a good boy. I was actually a super good boy. But the idea is that, every time that he gets a little, every time that somebody starts saying something bad to him, I'm wondering, how does that affect his positivity? Because the way that I talked to him, the way that he was talking on my podcast that one time, that interview, is the same way that he seems to be in real life. I mean, when I met him at Fan Expo recently, the guy's he's high energy. He's like, hey guys, what's going on? At one point, he's like, listen, I'm going to take a break really quick. I was in line to go and see Charles Soule, and it crossed, his line. He's like, listen, guys, I'm going to take a break really quick. I'm going to go eat a banana or something like that, and I'm going to be right back. If you remember, he was eating a salad. So this guy's like a power energy eater. You know what I'm saying? He takes care of himself. He looks like he takes care of himself. For being almost as tall as me, he's got better control over his weight than I do. I'm looking to change that. Start a new diet, power diet. I don't get cheat days with this. But anyway, yeah, the like this guy, he's high energy, you know, and I'm just afraid that if people keep on talking trash to him, it's gonna suck away. You know, it's gonna be like the Silver Surfer Black story, you know, where a little bit of his light is just disappearing. He's got to use a little bit of his light just to carry on, and I would hate to see that. Let me really quick look what's up. Paul is here. What's up? Gateway into Comics. What's up, Mister Defej? Mister is here. Eddie White, what's going on? Yeah, I don't want him forcing that other agent. J.R. Ewing, what's up? Suanna said hello. Loving the Facebook game so far. I'm glad you are, Victor. Pay attention to it because this is. I am going to continue from the recent story that I was doing with season 2 over on the Nerdicky one, the season 2 specifically. But the story I'm doing now is a huge setup for the multiple stories I'm going to have in season 4. Season 4 is going to be multi-tier. All right. So yeah, pay attention to the things that happened here because it's the setup for everything. Richard, what's going on? Richard Vivenko, the anti-monitor is good. Use a gun. It is a little bit weird. Aggressively relaxing. What's up? Ryan North. Yes, I don't know what else Ryan North has done besides Squirrel Girl. It's my understanding that he mostly does comedy stuff, and I don't think I'm ready for a comedic Thor. You know what I'm saying? But no, I hear you. Anyway, I do believe that Cates is going to involve a lot of other stuff with Thor. He really loves the cosmic stories, the cosmic horror stories. So yeah, I can see him doing a great Thor. But like I said, though, I do expect him to kind of pull Null into it. I mean, when you think about it, Null is already involved in the story. You know what I'm saying? Jason Aaron loved what Donny Cates did. He gave him his blessing, of course, and then he loved what Cates did with Null, you know, with the all black and everything like that. So he's already a part of the story. So the idea of actually seeing Thor versus Null, I don't think that's necessarily such a bad thing. You know, seeing something like I don't think I'd have a single problem with that. Kate sure likes alt fact. What's up? Likes red and black. A little edgy for me. I'm not sure what that means, but I hear you. I listen at work and it just helps the day go by. I even been thinking of backstories for my eventual character. Fantastic. Hey, Collector123, what's going on? Fabiola, what's up? Nice to be back. Hope I didn't butcher that name. You got some new toys behind you. Is that the Kingpin back there? No. It is the Kingpin bath, but I got the Professor X figure. And since I've got the Professor X figure, you know what came with that, right? A new head for the Kingpin, which makes him not the Kingpin at all. It makes him Amal Farouk, the Shadow King. How sick is that, huh? But yes, I do have some new Build-A-Figures. Well, not new Build-A-Figures. I do have some new figures, though. I just got these recently. Oh, no! Okay, I just dropped a head. But I just got an AIM figure and a Quicksilver figure. I've got 2 more AIM figures at a Big Bad Toy Store that I just bought, but it's sitting in my pile of loot. I've got a thing of, what do I have? I have a loot crate that just came yesterday, but I do not, they charge, for all the stuff that I bought, I think I bought like about $300 worth of stuff, and for them to ship it to Canada, it's going to cost extra. It only costs like $46, I think, to ship it. So that's a lot of stuff and really cheap shipping. But it's going to cost about an extra $32 to $34 for duty. That's customs. A lot of people complained about that. I look at it as I bought about $300 worth of stuff, and I only have to pay the equivalent of another figure plus tax to get it. I'm okay with that because there's stuff in there with steep discounts, so I'm good with it. And you know that Spider-Man 2-pack? Yeah, I just bought this Vulture figure from that Spider-Man 2-pack. I didn't get the Spider-Man because I think it's just another Spider-Man with the black suit. And I've already got 3 of them. I definitely don't need another one. Okay, I just got, and this vulture head comes with that vulture. So yeah, I'm ecstatic about these, but that's not all I got. When Tim Board eventually gets here, somebody point out that he's here because I finally got another one of these. I had one when it first came out. I bought it from Toys R Us in New Jersey. So this Hawkman dude, I have been waiting for a good opportunity to get this. I paid 50 Canadian for this, man, and I'm okay with it. Totally okay with having paid that much. And I also got all of these figures. This I just actually picked up the rarest one, the hardest to find one, and I'm gonna make a video about it. That's why I didn't open them yet. But it builds King Shark. Yeah, so I've got the King Shark Collect and Connect, which is the DC Multiverse version of the um, what do they call it? The Build-A-Figures. So yeah, I got all of those. I got a couple more things out there, but whatever. But tomorrow the post office is open, and I got to go down. I didn't have the cash on. I needed cash or a credit card, not a debit card. And if you could believe it, I don't have a credit card. My wife does, but we only have one credit card in the family because we hardly ever use credit for anything. So had to wait until like she was at work. So tomorrow I'll go and pick it up from the post office, and I will have all of my stuff, which will also include the ability to build the Connect and Collect Doomsday. Oh, I'm so happy about that. I'm going to have a Luke Skywalker with the sand speeder, the land speeder right next to him. I'm going to have, there's a bunch of stuff that I got in there, and I'll be sure to post that video on my other channel. Okay, a bunch of other people showed up. Hey, Sabah! What's going on, Sabah? I decided I don't have room for comics, and I read them so carefully because they're so delicate, so I've decided that now I'm going to wait to collect trades. Oh, that's a good idea. In fact, I started doing, well, not started. I went to a dollar store, Dollarama, in here in Canada, $4 for each of these. And I got all of these trades, Dollarama. So I got AVX, Bendis and Simonson did this. This is volume 4. I didn't find the other ones. I got, look at this, Hickman, volume 6 of Secret Warriors, the Wheels Within Wheels. So I'm going to try and get all the trades. I'm going to try and do these in Spotlights on Story because they're worth it. Somebody was just talking about Matt Fraction earlier. The World Eaters, Thor. I got Avengers Extinction. There's only one volume of this. This was the 4 issues. I've got this version of, let me see if I can turn this off and make it a little bit less glossy. There we go, a little bit better. This is the version of Cable that I've actually. Oh shoot, I had him up there. I took him down to put my Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure. Yeah, I got that too. But anyway, this is the 4-issue series that came out before Avengers versus X-Men. No, before the Dark Phoenix. I think this was before the Phoenix 5 story. Anyway, Collision, Dakin, Dark Wolverine versus X-23. I got this, so that's pretty cool. I never actually read this, so this is gonna be my first time reading that. Here we go. Nick Spencer doing the first volume of Ultimate X-Men. I've already read these, but all of these just make for easy spotlights on stories. Dan Abnett doing New Mutants Unfinished Business. This is a volume 4. Here's some Hickman doing the Fantastic Four, volume 4. This is the great, in my opinion, just one of the best versions of Fantastic Four ever. I don't think anybody's going to disagree with me on that one. Let's see. Here is just Steve Rogers, Super Soldier by Brubaker. And the last one, Yost doing First to Last, the X-Men. This is actually, oh, no volume, just the story run, First to Last. So I got all of these. They're hey, Thomas, what's going on? It's my cousin down there. So I got, what do you call it, my whole collection here. They were $4 each. Got them at a dollar store. They had a bunch of other ones too. Wasn't really that interested in them, but whatever. I might consider grabbing them. But anyway, yeah. Saber will get it and all. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Okay, I don't know what this name is. Where it says Cyclops is amazing. That's an interesting. Like, I don't even think that's Hindi or Sanskrit. That might be Sanskrit, but I doubt it. Whatever it is, it's kind of cool. What's up, person? Breck Warren is here. Sabah just say, yeah, what's up? Yeah, they are a bargain. If you can find, like, I go out of my way when I'm near a dollar store. I walk in just to go and look at the trades, or just to see the books, just to see if they got some trades out. And if they do, yoink, 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 yoink. Aggressively relaxing. Yes, he did get a raw deal. Um, I don't know if the Tiger made it to Krakoa. I didn't see. Did Omega Red ever make it? Because I hope that they did bring him, because that would actually be fun. Um, called Disturbing goes pique my interest. Agreed, agreed. Richard Vivenko, good stuff from Jeff Johns. That's something that I actually complained about. All these books are Marvel books. I didn't see a single. I mean, I saw some of the DC Young Justice books and some of the Green Lantern whatever books, but I mean like the actual trade paperbacks for DC books. I didn't see any trade paperbacks there for DC. That burns me a little bit. I know DC doesn't put out that much, but I mean, come on, we got some more, right? Don't believe the hype. It's safe to say you must be talking about Joker. All right, Sue Ann, I'll check that out. Fact is there. I think I'm saying hi to everybody. I don't want to miss anybody because, like I said, I have been gone for a while. I'm from the South. That ain't how they write, how they fight in Georgia, right? Um, like this costume. Greetings from Georgia, Tbilisi. By the way, Georgia, Tbilisi. Oh, Tbilisi. Okay, I'm doing the best I can. Eastern European country. Oh, you're from Georgia. Oh, the Tbilisi area. I thought you were describing what the thing is that you were saying. Yes, I know that there is a Georgia. Like, it used to be part of the Soviet Union. Yes, I remember. The USSR, I should say specifically. Yes. Oh, that's awesome that you're out from there. Oh, that is really cool. You guys have got some of the best freaking most beautiful scenic mountains in the world. I've seen them online. Yeah, I would love to be able to go there one of these days. One of these days, you know, saying all the Eastern European good stuff. But yes, looking forward to it. Marvel Universe needs more Dakin. We'll see what's up. Ken Allen, hello from down under, Perth, Western Australia. Raven, which part of Australia are you from? And if Miss Megan shows up, she's also an Aussie. No spoil. Oh, just wondering about the Joker. Yeah, I gotta go see the. You know what? Maybe I'll go and see the Joker movie tomorrow. Maybe I'll go do that. I'm excited for the X-Men books coming out. Hopefully Hickman will do a 3-year run. It would be great. It would be great. Have you ever heard of an animated taboo breaking show about puberty on Netflix? I watched it. I don't know anything about it. One comic relation question in the comics only. Has Marvel ever tested a relationship between Logan and Lady Deathstrike? I don't know that they ever did. I can't remember if they ever did. There are people who are bigger X-Men fans than I am, if that's possible. So by all means, somebody feel free to comment on that. So anyway, the Tinnerin concert that I went to. This is this was actually funny. This is actually what started my bad week. I was sick that day. I was like really like my I never cleared all of the fluid from my lungs, but my wife really wanted to go, and since she comes home early every Tuesday so that I could take the car and she could watch the kids, so that I could go and do the recording at Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles, my comic book store. She always comes back from work early to do that, which is why I always say, at the very least, please watch an ad for that video. But she comes home early. She starts watching the kids. I take the car and all my equipment and I go to the comic book store. I help them finish setting up stuff, for me at least. And then I do all my filming, and then I come home. I edit the hell out of this stuff. I put it together. I edit it, and then I upload it. And then I sit through it so that I could talk to you guys while the video is playing. I literally record that stuff within an hour after I get after I when you're seeing it, it's usually about an hour that I just got finished recording it. So I can't do it live from there because it'll be too much, on and off, and I don't want to do that. So instead, I film all the stuff there, and then I go on live with you guys. But anyway, so I was pretty sick the whole weekend. When I got sick before, I never fully recovered. I just went back into my full let's just kick butt and take names. You know what I'm saying? I got work from home. I got this. I got that. I got a whole bunch of stuff. So I wound up just getting really stressed out from a whole bunch of financial stuff at home, and I said, you know what? Let me just relax. So my wife said, I really want to go to this Tinnerin concert. I'm like, all right, fine, let's go. I go there. Oh, Ahmed's there. Hey, what's going on, Ahmed? How you doing, bud? Wow, geez, I haven't seen you in forever. So anyway, oh, Ahmed's gonna love this. Ahmed saw me get into a fight in Saudi Arabia one time where I wound up punching this guy in the head. It's not my fault. He actually almost ran Ahmed over, so that's actually funny. So I yelled at him. He stopped. He got out of the car, out of the pickup truck and acted like a tough guy. And I didn't even hit him that hard. He was just a total wimp. But I like punched him in the head. Anyway, so so that's yeah, so this is funny that I'm going to tell you a fight that I just almost got into recently here, which is I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. I'm not trying to get into fights with anybody. But I am from Jersey. I'm Italian, so I'm not going to back away from one. So I go in. I get to I am kind of badass. Thank you, Ahmed. So anyway, I get into the concert early. My wife is going to be late to get to the concert because she's still working. So I went separately. I took a lift. First time I ever took a lift. I'm hanging out with this Russian guy and whatnot, and we're chilling, we're talking, we're getting along great. I get to the concert, I go up there, hey, what's up? I'm a half an hour early. That's cool because the guys, the Tinnerin and what do you call it? These guys, the band, they were a half an hour late. Actually, 23 minutes late. They started at 8:23. They were supposed to start at 8. And mind you, this is Middle Eastern music, so Northern Saharan, North African, Middle Eastern music. It is beautiful stuff. My wife, she loves this band. We both got into the band separately at the same time. It was beautiful stuff. My wife comes in like, hey, what's going on? And, she sits down. She brought a falafel, which was pretty. No, a shawarma. She brought a shawarma, which is pretty cool. Ahmed and I have some great freaking shawarma stories from Saudi. And what happened? We're sitting there. The lights go out. The concert starts. Guy comes out with the drums and he starts playing, and the one dude starts singing. I'm like, all right, this is cool. This is cool. So it finally started. 23 minutes late, it started. 2 minutes into the first song playing, lights are out, and what do you expect? Half an hour they're late. Some people are still coming in late. The ushers have already left, by the way. We're up in the balcony, so there's not that many people there, right? But still, there are no seats around us. So when these people come up, it's because they can't see there are no empty seats there. But they come all the way to the back row. I wanted the back row, so there's nobody behind me. And they come up and they start, they come right up to me because I'm all the way on the edge. And it's three people, two girls and a guy. So clearly the one girl was a third wheel. So that's probably why she was very miserable. Anyway, she's like, hi. As soon as she comes up, I was like, are you in this? Are you in this row? She's like, yeah. I was like, so I got up and I moved to the side. I'm tall and there's not much room, so me just standing up isn't enough, or moving my legs, it's not enough. So I get up and I move to the side. So she's able to get in. They're all three of them are able to get in, but they don't go. I'm like, what's going on? I was like, can you not see your seats? And I look, and I can see at night because I was already here. And I'm like, oh, where are you? There's no seats down there. Oh, well, we're such and such such. I was like, okay, well, I don't know how to help you, and I'm just trying to watch the show. Okay, but what seat are you? Okay, well, I'm seat 13. Oh, I'm seat 44. I'm like, okay, well, then you're clearly really far down that way. And she's like, okay, but I saw the program supposed to be. I was like, okay, ma'am, I don't know how to help you. And I'd already sat down I'm sitting down at this point. Like, ma'am, I don't know how to help you. Okay, so I sat back down. She's just standing there for a little while. I'm just like, okay, whatever. My wife's asked me what's going on, so I explained it to her. So, pretty much, Corey. So she starts talking to me again after a while. She's like trying to read her program. She turns on the light on her phone, and when I mean the light, I mean she actually turns on the light. from her phone, the flashlight. So I'm just like, are you serious? So I didn't actually say that, but I'm just like, what the heck? Like that. So she's like, I'm looking at my. Bill, tell us about your predictions for what is going to happen. Cyclops, Emma, and Jean, love triangle or no? Well, Sue-Ann. Plus, and you don't have to do this, Sue-Ann. You're one of my mods. Like, I love you. You don't have to do it, but boom chicka raka raka, boom chicka raka raka. Oh, I just showed my kids the Shazam movie a couple days ago. They loved it. So there's that. But you got your Darla dance. What do you call it? Yes, I do believe that there is going to be some kind of a love triangle. There has to be, because if Scott is Cyclops is prime breed, and you're talking about these two hotties there, yes, I believe there's going to be another love triangle. It was one of the greatest not soap opera, non soap opera esque stories going, and of course Wolverine getting pissed off about it. Yes, I believe something's going to happen pretty soon. I genuinely believe that. So with love you too, Swan. Okay, so with that being the case, so anyway, so she starts talking to me again. She's like, "Listen, I think I'm around here somewhere." I'm like, "Ma'am, I said I'm 13. You're 44. You're really far away. Listen, the show already started. It's dark. Please go and try and find an usher." And she's just like, like that. I know that I can be abrasive sometimes because here in Canada, people are not super polite. They just simply they're more refined than I am. They're better at being insulting and rude than I am. They don't just say, "Hey, shut up." They'll say like, perhaps you can find an usher down there, as opposed to me saying, maybe you can. I said something to the effect of, you should go and try and find an usher. They'll be able to help you out. That's like telling somebody what to do. Can't do that here in Canada. It's considered rude. My wife had to explain that. As far as this was concerned, she found that rude. I don't know what to tell you. That was extremely nice coming from Jersey, but I've got to learn how to adapt. I've got to learn how to adapt. I'm in this country, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's on me. That's on me. But she just, I'm like, okay. So my wife's like, "What are they doing?" I was like, "Yeah, babe, I don't know, but like they came really late. Maybe they should come here on time." Or I said, maybe they should effing come on time, and then there won't be a problem. Because I'm actually getting frustrated right now. Well, I also have a little bit of hearing loss from the military, called hidden hearing loss. So there's already music playing. When there's a lot of ambient sound, and I'm trying to focus on one thing that somebody's saying, it's very like all of a sudden everything just becomes like a noise, just like this weird noise. So I didn't think I was too loud, but apparently I am. Oh well, oops. So they heard, and I hear the one girl next to me go, again. And then the guy that's there, I'm going to say something really mean here. Some bald-headed, he only comes up to about here on me, little soy boy. So he's tall for his own height. Hey, Silva, you're here just in time. Just some little bald soy boy. If you want to know what he looks like a fairly tall Michael Stipe. And he's got a very similar attitude to Michael Stipe. Michael Stipe from REM. Shiny, happy, that guy. Anyway, that's what this guy looked like. And he leans forward, like I'm looking this way at my wife, and I still see from my peripheral, past my glasses, that this guy leaned in right in my face. And he says, "Excuse me?" Because I said, maybe if they would have gotten here on time, they would have effing, been able to find their seats. So he leans on me like that, like and what does that mean? In any language, in any culture, any body language, that means say something else and we're gonna fight. Wrong guy, you stepped into the wrong world, son. This is quite literally what I do. So I said, did I headbutt him like I deserved? No, because then I go to jail here in Canada. And if you think I'm joking, you got another thing coming. So, oh, by the way, what's up? One step. Oh, you changed your logo description. Cool. So anyway, so I turn around and I leaned into him, so I'm literally eye to eye like this with him. I didn't even have to stand up because I think that when I leaned in on him, he was able to see I'm a lot freaking bigger than you. Plus, he was off in the distance a little bit. He was a couple steps away. so he's able to see in my eyes. You know, when I smile, I'm a happy guy. It's very disarming. But when I'm pissed off, dude, no way, wrong answer. So I leaned in on him and I was like, I said, maybe if you jackasses would have gotten here on time, you would have been able to find your seat better like all of the rest of us. Now, do you have something to say about that? He backed up real quick. His hands went up, not up to his shoulders, but below his shoulders, like around his bicep level. He's like, well, and he like started looking around like somebody was supposed to come and help him. Nobody was going to help, but there's this big dude over here. Yeah, you're right, Suan. And real talk, I need help figuring that stuff out because I am not good at it here. I'm horrible at it. So freaking, there's this guy that actually makes me look small. He's the same. I met him after the theater. I thanked him and he was kind of a jerk afterwards, but he was cool during this. He's as tall as I am. He's bigger than I am. And he's got some kind of a deep African accent. But he leaned in and he put his hand out, and I could see his hand was huge. He put his hand out between us like, okay, you guys need to, no, stop. This doesn't need to go that far. You guys need to go and find your seats. You know, and they're not here. So they're just like, and they let, like, the girl went and did the, again. Like, she was just insulted the whole time. Like, I don't understand that. So they left. They went downstairs out of the theater. I don't care at this point. 10 minutes later, security comes up to me, and they come up to the guy next to me, and they're talking like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, hey, what's up, Mark? And they're like, hey, what's going on? You know, such and such, but they're whispering to the guy next to me. The guy next to me is 100% defending me, saying, it's not this guy's fault. He tried to be cool, but he did wind up losing it a little bit later. Like, it's not his fault, though. He seems like a good guy, blah, 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 whatever. So it's just like, okay, but it was this guy, right? So the guy, so he's like, yeah, it was. So he's like, hey, bud, I need you to come down to the lobby with me. And it's two of them. So I'm looking at them the whole time. They're wearing black sweaters with a collar, like sweaters, pullover, not even zip-ups. It's got white lettering on it. It says something not in a language I'm familiar with, and it doesn't say security. So I'm just like, yeah, sure, are you guys security? He's like, just come down to the lobby now. He yells at me. Like, oh, this motherfucker. So I was pissed. I stood up. I actually said that out loud. And so I go downstairs. I walk down into the lobby with them. I was like, so are you security? He's like, I want to know why you wouldn't let us. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. First off, bud, if you try and shout me down, you're going to find that this whole theater is going to get cleared. Answer me now, boy. Are you security, or are you just some jackass who's calling me downstairs for a fight? Because the only way security has authority here is if you tell me that you're security. He says, yeah, I'm security. We're both, we're both security. I already saw the guy behind me as I walked down. They tried to pull a cop routine. I'm familiar with cop routines. One guy tries to hide outside of your peripheral vision. So he's just right over here, and I'm just so I walk down. I get right in his face, and we're on the bar. There's actually a bar where they serve alcohol. So I lean on the bar, and I'm this far away from the guy. Just so you guys know. I'm this far away from the guy. I was like, all right, now that you've I'm doing it with my left hand because my right arm is leaning. Like, now that you've properly identified yourself, you talk to me with some level of respect, and you get my side of the story. He's like, oh no, there's plenty, and he's still yelling. He's like, there's plenty of people who told me what you did. I was like, okay, fine. Tell me what I did. No. You tell me the story. He's like, no, it's not going to happen. I'm walking back upstairs. Because if you've got nothing to say to me, I'm walking back upstairs. And you want to try and stop me without having something to say? Bud, you picked on the wrong person to try and bully. I know my rights. You try and stop me from going upstairs, we're going to have a huge problem. So he's like, what do you call it? They said you wouldn't let them go into the area. I was like, no, that's not true. And he's like, well, there's a bunch of people to say that. I was like, by bunch usually means 4, but actually there were a few. There were 3. 2 girls and a guy, right? Nobody else said that. And they're like, no, there were a bunch of people. I was like, stop lying. Jesus Christ, stop lying to me. I'm looking at this one guy. He's obviously a Pacific Islander. And he's got long hair and a beard, not as thick as mine, but like as full as mine. And the other guy he's got a baby face, and they're both short. Well, shorter than me. They come up to about here, but they're shorter, so shorter than average. So I'd say maybe 5'10" ish, but they're big. They're both big. And the way that their shoulders are shaped, it looks like they're used to the idea of grabbing people and holding down, like being on top of someone, holding them down. These guys are not built for actual swinging. So I realized right away these guys are in no way part-time cops, because that's what you have to worry about. Is sometimes security anywhere is a part-time cop. That's what usually happens. That's one of the reasons why cops make so much money outside of this. So, oh no, I actually told him to do that at one point, Corey. So this knucklehead, he goes and he says, he's like, no, there's a bunch of people. It's like, but stop lying. Jesus Christ. Stop lying to me. You were just up there, and the guy right next to me defended me to the tip. He defended me. He told you what happened. You want to hear it from me, though. How about this? How about something better? And I turned off my phone. What did I just say here? Everything that happened, I was recording. I had my phone in my pocket up here. I went with a nice shirt, right? I can't go with a comic book shirt because it's a date with my wife. I mean, come on, right? So I pulled my phone out and I turned it. I stopped the recording. I had recorded not only everything with security, but everything from before because I was trying to record the first song, right? So I wound up accidentally, inadvertently, I should say, recording the entire conversation. So I played it. They couldn't see everything well because it's really dark and I didn't have like night vision or anything on it. But I recorded the entire damn thing. So they listened to the whole thing. I was like, now you can still see at these two stages. I stood up and moved out of the way. So all the things that you're saying that these people told me, they're lies, right? These people lied to you. They blatantly lied to you. I'm sorry, should I say it again? Or do you need me to, like, are you going to understand this? Are you finished yelling? He's like, well, no, these guys obviously came late. I was like, and he says it. He doesn't yell anymore. He actually changed his tone so much, the volume, the intonation, everything, so much that it actually threw me off guard. I don't usually get thrown off guard in confrontations. I usually don't get thrown off guard. He changed so much, I actually got thrown completely off guard. I'm like, yeah. I was like, so you hear him. I tell him, maybe you should have come to the theater on time. And this is when the guy goes and leans up to me. That's why the screen goes completely black, because he's right in my face. And I just lean forward. You can see I didn't even stand up. Like, he threatened me. He made a physical threat towards me. Coming that close to my face when I'm not even facing him, I'm in my rights to uppercut this guy. Like, this son of a bitch shouldn't have come anywhere near me like that. He's like, no, you're 100% right. He's like, I don't know where they're sitting. I was like, well, apparently seat 44 is one of them. He's like, listen, I'm going to need special permission from my manager to kick these, or from the manager, the overseer, whatever it was. To, I think he said manager or supervisor, something like that. At this point, I wasn't recording, so I couldn't go back and listen to this part. To kick them out. So I don't know if I can do that, but I'm pretty sure I can give you guys free tickets. I was like, oh, for all my inconvenience, including from you guys? Yeah, I would appreciate that. He's like, listen, I am genuinely sorry right now. He's like, this guy was really convincing. He made it seem like the two girls and this guy, they made it seem like you actually stood up and like bared your fist at them or something like that. I was like, dude, I didn't even stand up, and I can assure you I didn't close my fist. This guy was a straight up weak little soy boy. If I would have shoved him, I would have gotten milk all over my chest. He's a little pansy weight. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like he's laughing and everything. He's like, we just want the best experience for everybody. And yeah, you were really bothered. Come up to us afterwards, and we're gonna take care of you. You know, the front of, like outside the front, the box office. I'm like, done. So I patted him on the shoulder, on the left bicep, and I walked back upstairs and I chilled out. I chilled out the whole time. Apparently, these guys saw me though. So as we're leaving after the show is over, the guy's staring at me, and I'm looking. I was like, "Hey, are you the guy from downstairs?" Because he's like the whole time he's staring at me with a smile, and I'm so surprised at this smile from this moron. He's actually smiling at me like he won. It's like you acted like a tough guy, and then you ran off and you told security. I was like, "What's next? If security wasn't there, are you gonna call your mommy?" I was like, "You literally just tried to start a fight with me, and then you're gonna run off and cry to security, and then you smile like you are the worst kind of weak sauce troll. How pathetic are you? I was so infuriated. So like I was already sick. I was already having like I'm already thinking about finances and like how am I gonna be able to pay for such and such things? Because like I'm like there's some things that we're trying to do and it looks like we're not going to be able to do them, but we really want to do them. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just yeah like I was just really out of it. I was already sick, and then this that kind of just like put it over the top. So and then this, he like finally turns away because he didn't want to confront me again. I was like, come on, man, unbelievable. I really wanted to go up to him and be like, hey, man, I want to say thank you for the free tickets because I walked outside and I got the free tickets so we can go back to another show one of these days. We got vouchers, which is cute, but whatever. Anyway, like it's just so pathetic. Anyway, here nowadays as an adult, but in Canada, dental coverage, there is no such thing as dental coverage unless like my wife and I, like my family, we have dental coverage because we have, my wife at least has a job that has good medical benefits. But most people do, like the state, the not the state, the province doesn't cover dental. So here, if somebody starts trouble with you, even if they start, come up and pushing you and things like that, you're supposed to go and tell somebody. There is no stand your ground here like there is in the States. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, dude, the guy put his hands on me. I was defending myself. There is no I was defending myself here. There is nothing like that here. Cops don't want to be bothered by any of that stuff. So if I hit this guy, if I deck this guy, and he has to go and get dental work, guess who has to pay for it? Yeah. And like I said, I'm already dealing with, a financial woe here, So I'm just all sorts of bothered by this. Like it was just so pathetic that somebody would actually do something like that. And then he had the audacity. I can't even say he had the balls to laugh about it. He didn't have balls. Like this weak sauce punk. So he just smiling at me like so pathetic. So yeah, I was really frustrated with that. So on Tuesday when I go into the store, I'm still thinking like too much stuff is on my. I actually carried that weight with me. I really did. And I know I shouldn't have, but it is what it is. Yes, people are shot for less, but I've never shot anybody in the States. So actually I've never shot anybody. Period. So there's that. Anyway, um, yeah, just it's pitiful how like it's literally something that I don't fully understand. Somebody actually trying to act like a tough guy. You're clearly not a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at him. It looks like like his teeth are all just boxed, like he like soft teeth and like what are you? What are you? And I don't have any problem with somebody not being a fighter. Hell, we need more not fighters in the world. We need less aggression. We need less of, when I get mad, we need less of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I will take it from a 4 to a 9 in a heartbeat, and I do have the ability to bring it to an 11. It's just there, but like, wow, man, wow. So yeah, I just way too frustrated with that nonsense. Anyway, so that just wound up affecting my whole day, or actually like the whole beginning of my week. Anyway, yeah, Lewis versatility. That was actually right in the beginning of the podcast. So if you just scroll back, you'll see a deep explanation of that. Long box diving, yeah, just I actually let it up with my wife and because like she was there the whole time, but still, and being able to yell at the security guard and change him like that really did help also. But just this absolute wuss. Absolute wuss. Don't try and walk into somebody else's world. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not cool. Look at what happened to the Kingpin in Daredevil issue number 12 this week, right? Don't try and walk into somebody else's world. Like you got to smooth your way in. Go soft. God tank. Anyway, so yeah, so that was that. Uh, as far as everything else going, okay. So guys, here's some things that I got. Oh, by the way, if there's anything that you really, really, really want to ask and I wasn't paying attention to it, please just feel free to throw it up again, and I'll try and take a look for it. So here's some of the things I want to do. um, with what I'm doing right now, I am going to start doing a couple things that I haven't been doing before, but I've been trying to set up. I'm going to seriously start doing my what is it? The stop motion stuff, and I'm going to start with my Transformers. Oh, something that I got. So I forgot something else that I got. I just got it regular retail. Anybody know this guy? Refractor? It's actually three transformers into one that forms a camera. Yeah, I got Refractor. So I'm really happy about that. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna put together an actual thing where like they don't really need to talk. I can just start doing a stop motion. I can see what kind of mistakes I'm making. I can get people to criticize what I'm doing, and just boom, I should be good to go and just see what's what. Um, so I'm going to start doing my stop motion animation. I'm also going to start writing my. I'm going to start writing. I'm going to start writing a kids book. I'm going to start actually looking for grants and everything for that. So I'm going to start writing my kids book. It's going to actually be a kids superhero book, but it's not going to be a comic book. It's going to be like a regular, not quite a golden reader, but something around that style. It's going to be a series. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be cool. Hey, coffee breath. What's up? So I'm going to have to devote a lot of time to those two things. I'm going to focus more on just doing the weekly live stream. I'm going to change this name from podcast to live stream because it is a live stream, and I've been talking about how it's actually a live stream. I don't know why I ever called it, excuse me, a podcast, but anyway, an interactive live stream. And I'm going to see you later, collector. I'm going to focus more on the This Week in Comics and whatever individual comics that I really, really want to get to, or if you guys vote on them, which ones I'm going to get to and do solo reviews for. And then 1 or 2 days later, I'm going to do the bulk reviews. I'm going to keep on. I'm going to focus more on the face rip game that I'm doing, which is the RPG superhero game that I'm doing. So actually, getting a bunch of people involved in that. And I'll try and do a spotlight on story once in a while. Just when I'm bored and I feel like reading a comic book, a trade paperback, I'll just do a spotlight on story on that because why not? Um, so by doing that, I'm going to have a whole lot less content on the channel because I need to focus on my books. I'm hoping that's going to be a way that I can actually start bringing in more money. Because unfortunately, teaching in the morning, I can't get more hours teaching. I already max out my hours teaching. I do that 6 days a week, 4 hours a day, every morning, and there's just no way to get extra hours on that. So I'm going to try and focus more on my books. Something else that I really want to focus on for this is my Patreon. So I want to hear from everybody. What can I do? What are the, like? Can I change tiers? Like the people who are already patrons and other people. What are the things that I can do in order to get people to join me on Patreon? What tiers would you like to see? Like price tiers? Because I've already got $1 tier and a $5 tier, and that's it. And then I've also got a thing on PayPal where you just whatever you'd like. And I don't know what I can do for that either. So we're just a story on Patreon. I could do that. I could do the things over here. I could do the spotlighted story. I could just start doing them solo on there if you want. But honestly, like strip. You want me to strip? Because you know what, I will get a thong and I will absolutely strip. I don't have a problem with that. I got no bod shame problems. Boom shakalaka. I'll do my own. Anyway, um, like seriously, let me know what you guys would be willing to do, or what you guys would like to see me do for what tiers. And if you could put that, if you can put that either on the Facebook group or on the bulk comics review that I did this morning. This morning I put that out. I'll join if you don't. Oh, hey, okay, cool. So I'll have a tier where I do strip. I'll have a tier where I don't strip. Um, anyway, hey, maybe I can get a washboard stomach. I haven't had that since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. The longer ones, all the long, dreary content. Oh, you didn't like those? Sorry. Oh, dreamy, dreamy. Gotcha. I thought you said dreary. Anyway, Farley and Swayze. Oh, yeah, I know. I hear you. So anyway, yes, the I guess that's this is their death day or their birthday. I don't know. So anyway, what do you go? I liked Swayze a whole lot for the a whole lot more than the Farley, but I got you. Anyway, so yeah, please let me know what kind of content you guys are interested in, and what tiers you're willing to pay for that. Please post do a comment on my bulk reviews video or on this video below. Actually, do it on this video below. In the comment section won't really help very well because I don't think that gets saved, but if you do it in the comments after this video is over, that would genuinely be helpful. So this way, I'm working on the Patreon. I can actually start doing paid content for you guys. And again, if I'm being paid for this stuff, I'm doing a whole lot more. So by all means, let me know what you want to see. Would you like to see exclusive stop motions? Would you like to see exclusive, whatever? Because as it stands, I already give everybody my comic book movie reviews. So I just put up Batman vs Superman Part 1. I hated doing that, guys. You have no idea how much I hated doing that. But I only have 2 gigabytes of space available on my Dropbox, and I can't post that anyplace else because I put so much of the actual movie in there that when I try to upload it onto Dailymotion or onto YouTube, it immediately flags the stuff, and it says, even if I keep it private, I can't. They say, nope, we're deleting this video right now. You will never be able to put this video on our servers. I'm like, wow, you suck. So I put it on my Dropbox instead, and then you guys are able to see it that way. Anyway, so yeah, I max that thing out as much as I possibly can. My thing is not even syncing right now, so oof. Who should be the orgy director for Krakoa? I think it should be Mr. Sinister, because that only makes sense, doesn't it? Or even better, let's really get funkadactyl with it. Let's make it Mrs. Sinister. And I want her in on the mix too, because as freaky as it seems, Mrs. Sinister is hot. Go ahead. Put in your points of contention. I will brush them all away. So, I'm going to go Mojo. Oh, Mojo is going to be the one to televise it. Do you do trailers or... Oh, wait, I think you do trailers of your week's content for free. $1 gets you a preview of XYZ and then increase accordingly. If you could put that in more detail in the actual, not here, but in the comments after this video is over, like the comments for the video itself, that would really, genuinely, really be helpful. I would seriously appreciate that. She can tell them what they're doing wrong, right? Or bring back Madeline Pryor, because she just looked like she was really into it. Anyway, what do you call it? Thank you. Step further too far. Wow, that's really weird. Step then further too far. Wow. Celine has the most. See, I was thinking Celine because she's like old school, but she might wind up like sucking you the wrong way. Like that just. No thanks. like she's a freaking vampire, man. She's a vampire. Madeline did get a raw deal. She genuinely did. Like I can understand her going crazy, man. Like Scott just left her. Not even left her at the altar. It's like they were happy, and she's just like, "Oh, that's my old main squeeze, who I only got with you because you looked like her anyway. So peace out." Like, wow, you are wrong. Anyway, no, I haven't watched Joker yet, but I am looking forward to it, Mark. So anyway. Yeah, just what would you like to see me do on Patreon? What would actually get you guys to join up? Do you still want Comic Book University to be a one-man army? Oh, to get other people on? Oh, that's actually something else, my peeps. I am looking seriously to get some sponsors together, because this way the burden isn't on you guys so much. I don't have to keep on saying, please watch my video, please watch the whatever ad comes up, because if you watch the ad from beginning to end and you don't click off of it, then I actually get paid for that video. Otherwise, it's just free content that I'm putting up. I don't even have to ask you guys for that if I'm getting what do you call it, sponsor revenue. Then I can just be like, yay, you know what I'm saying? Hell, if I'm getting enough sponsors, I can demonetize my videos so that literally you'll never get a freaking pop-up. And I'm okay with that. I don't need to make $1 million from doing this. I need to make more than, here it comes, more than $300. You get what I'm saying? If I'm making more than $300 per month doing this, I'm feeling better. Yes, that's what I make right now. I don't get a lot of people watching my whatever videos come on before my actual video, the ads. I don't get a lot of people watching the ads. So I want you to think about this. for all the work that I've been doing for 3 years now, all that busting my ass, right now, with 13,300 subs and all the views that I get and whatnot, right now my YouTube says that I get 300, and that's what I actually get in my AdSense. I get $300 a month. That's why I say, if any of you guys made in a week what I make in a month, you would quit your job. I think about quitting this all the time. And it's very easy to get overstressed and all that crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, real talk. I'm not getting enough for doing all this stuff. And I could literally just say the hell with this and go get a part-time job someplace else in excess with the job that I do now and make a whole lot more money than I can off of Comic Book University. So, tell me what I can do to get anybody to join up, even for a lousy $1 a month on Patreon, because seriously, that's more. That would be more than I'm making right now. That would generally be more than what I'm making right now. But more than that, I'm trying to do things without having to ask you guys to sign up and things like that. And namely, I'm trying to get sponsors. I have done a little bit of research and come to realize that the best way that I can get, thank you, Keloi's Comics, appreciate you, man, generally from my heart. The best way I can do that is to actually get onto the podcast scene. Hence why I want to change the name of this from podcast to live stream, because it's a live stream. But if I can actually start doing a podcast, then all of a sudden, that's when sponsors start showing up and saying, hey, and I'll do a sponsor for pretty much anybody. You know what I'm saying? What I honestly just don't care. All right, just whatever, man. Pay me some money. I will do some sponsoring. We're good, right? Hey, someone disliked this video. I honestly don't care. What do you call it? But so doing a podcast would be awesome. But here's the thing. The only podcasts that I listen to are one-man operations. Okay? I listen to the Solid Monster Sounds Off, which is coming out tomorrow. What do you call it? I listen to Trump Con Law, which is basically, it's a lawyer and the student of that lawyer, one of the students of that lawyer, talking about all the things that Trump does wrong and how examples in history teach us about the Constitution, just constitutional problems. So it's Trump constitutional law. Some of it is making fun of Trump, whatever. I don't really care about that stuff. I'm from Jersey. I've known about Trump since I was 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's always been a jackass to me. The trick is finding out the things that he does that actually stretches the limits of the Constitution and tells us where we need to tweak our Constitution, where we need to start, like maybe make an amendment to the Constitution to fix things that haven't actually been fixed. Just all sorts of things like that. And another one I listen to, which is actually two people, but it's really only one person talking almost the entire time. And then what's another one I listen to? I listen to Richard Wolff, who talks about socialism, because there's no other way to learn about socialism, only through capitalists talking about how bad socialism is. Funny to find out what socialism actually is. It's not what happens in Russia. It's very different from that. But anyway, yeah, so I listen to one-man solo podcast operations. So what I'm thinking is I can just do a solo thing and just start talking about all the news. I'm not going to do it live. I'll just talk about all the crazy things that happened in the comic books for the week, and I'll put it out. I'll buy some space someplace, which again, that means more money that I'm sinking into something. And we're talking about $100 a month to do that. $60 a month if I start small, which I will. But eventually it's going to turn into $100 a month for close to all of these places that I go to eventually try and get on iTunes. That's when you've hit it big time, and that's when you actually start getting sponsors. So that's a lot of money I'm sinking into something that, yeah, anyway, but that's what I want to do. Here's the question. Would you rather hear me talking with somebody else? Because I feel like it would work better if I was talking to somebody else. I won't be able to do it with my wife because I know that she would suck at doing this. It won't be seeing me, it'll just be hearing me. But I might be able to do something where you're seeing me also and put it on, maybe as you know what? Maybe that could be a patron exclusive at a certain tier. Like you actually get to see the podcast also. Like Howard Stern does that, right? So I can do that. I can try and get my sister-in-law. She used to be a stewardess. She used to be a flight attendant. She's home now, but she lives in Richmond Hill. But if she's coming over often, like at least once a week, I would love to do it because I think that she's got the perfect personality to do this with. She doesn't know anything about comic books, and I would love to. And like this way, I can not only explain the news about comic books, but actually explain some comic books to her. It could feel a lot like the what is it called? Sal does it. He's the other guy from Jersey. Used to be TV Little used to be TV Little House Comic Pop. So like what Comic Pop does with Ben and Ethan. God, I haven't watched them in forever, but I still remember their names because I loved talking with these guys. I used to be really interactive with these guys. I used to write reviews for these guys when they had the weekly poll website. Um, a whole bunch of stuff I used to, talk to him by email and all that stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that I used to. He actually read one of my, Ben actually read one of my letters pages, in the letters page thing. He actually read one of my things out loud. But anyway, yeah, Professor and the Noob. It'd be like Smokey and the Bandit. But anyway, I could do that. There's also one person at my comic book store that I'm thinking could work out. I'd have to ask her if it would work. Yes, I would rather do this with a woman. Just having two guys do it, I would have to find the right voice for it. There is one guy I would love to do it with. Everybody knows who that is. It's Carlos, but he owns the comic book store. He is as a business owner, he is ridiculously busy. He actually wanted me to do a telecast thing for Gotham Central, like a Gotham Central, thing where on their website I would actually host it and whatnot. But I'd have to be thinking of all the content. I'd have to be thinking about everything, and it's way too much for me to do. But yeah, I told him I was like, if you get somebody else who's writing the stuff, or at least who has some ideas together, I'll look it over and I will absolutely do it. But I can't be responsible for the whole thing. There's simply no way I can do that. I don't have the time to do that. I'm still a stay-at-home dad. So I would love to do something. I know Silva, dude, Rich, I know. Doing something with Carlos would be amazing. He's my number one pick to do something with, but there's just no way. There's no way. Like we connect so well, but there's just no way. It's evident. There's no way. And I've asked him, and he's like, I would love to, but I don't know where I'm ever going to find the time. Plus, he's a single dad. You know what I'm saying? He's a single dad who stays at home with his kid. So I mean, it's hard. Yeah, he's a what would be called a widower. He's a widower. Um, hard. But anyway, so yeah, I'm trying really hard to find somebody who I could do this with on a regular schedule. And if I can, yeah, I will absolutely do it. I will. I am actually willing to pay the other person too, or at least give them a cut of everything. The trick is, I'm going to pay for everything. So once the thing actually starts to become profitable, once I actually cut the profit, meaning after everything that I pay for, and after I want to get that money that I paid into it back, meaning the money that I'm paying for the new equipment and the extra equipment. I'd have to say some of the equipment I can already use. Um, the setting up of the stage, whatever, that's nothing. That's negligible. But the price for actually having the podcast on different people's servers, after I pay for that, any profit that comes afterwards, I'm willing to split that with whoever's willing to do it with me. But it has to be in person, um, and it has to be something where I have to be able to get along really well with this person. We have to mesh well. I don't care if they know a lot about comics, nothing about comics, more than comics about me. Like I generally don't care as long as their personality is, I don't know, similar but different. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something different than me, so that if you don't like me, you like that person. If you don't like that person, you like me. And yes, I would prefer it to be a bit of diversity. Like if it's a woman, awesome. If it's somebody who's not white or at least not Italian, and like radically different from me, that would go a long way with me because I believe that would help a lot more. Um, I don't want to just commiserate with someone. I don't want someone who has the same ideas as me. That's the farthest from what I want. I want somebody who will believe very differently from me. So, yeah. Um, but we'll see, whatever, we'll see. So if you know somebody like that, or if you are somebody like that and you're close by, and we'll try and work out a day where we're both available to do that. And Carlos already said we can do it at Gotham Central, so yeah, I don't want to do it here. This room is terrible for sound. But yeah, I could do it at Gotham Central, or we can find a different place that we can do it. Whatever. I'll bet you I can find another comic book store who'd be more than happy to host that. You know what I'm saying? And just they'll this way they'll just be the sponsor in that regard. Um, I'm German Irish guy with a girly throwing. You got me. You got me on that one. Well, if you're close by, if you're in the Mississauga area or the GTA, Greater Toronto area, basically, if I say GTA and you don't know what I'm talking about, you're not close enough. Let's just look at it that way. But it means the Greater Toronto area. So anyway, yeah. Let's see. I don't know what else to. There's really nothing else I can think of to talk about. So if you guys don't have any questions anytime soon, then I'm just gonna log off. I'm gonna go eat. Oh yeah, my diet. This is what I'll tell you while I'm waiting. My diet that I'm into now is it's a 2 week flash thing, and I'm not a fan of the fads and things like that. I'm not, and I've only followed one other one before that kind of made sense until I looked into it and realized it was full of crap. Um, excuse me, it was a derivative of the paleo diet. Very different, but still close enough. Excuse me. Anyway, it's a lot of people call it the um, what is it? The potato diet. Duh, the easiest thing in the world. So anyway, I first saw it by looking at Penn Jillette. I saw that he was really skinny, and then he actually started talking about his diet in one of the interviews that he gave. It was a Big Think interview that he gave. So he started talking about this diet, and he said that he used potatoes, but you can use any diet that you want. So I looked it up more, and somebody was talking to Joe Rogan about it, and one of the ones I didn't watch. A whole bunch of different people, talking about it. You can find a whole bunch of stuff. Just look up the potato diet. Basically, what it is you pick one food, only one food that you're going to eat. Make sure it's a nutritious one. Potatoes are very nutritious. Guac is probably more nutritious, but good luck. That's really expensive. But anyway, if you want to do avocados instead and you got the money for it, by all means. But I'm good with potatoes. The idea is that let's just take potatoes because that's what I'm doing. You can boil them, or you can fry, or you can bake them. I usually just bake them. I like the taste of them baked. I buy them in the regular. I bought 3 bags of potatoes yesterday. Yesterday, I bought 3 bags of potatoes, and I one of them I just put away. And then I washed the two, and then I just put them all in the oven, separating them like that, rotating them in and out. And what I do is I actually bake them twice. So I bake them to full, 1 hour in the oven, 450, and then wrapped in aluminum foil. And then once they reach that hour, I turn it off. I let them completely cool down, and then I bake them again the exact same way. This makes it even healthier. So any of the negative starches that are in there eliminates them completely. So this is a perfectly healthy vegetable. Yes, they are considered vegetables, potatoes. So anyway, it's a taproot, but it's a vegetable. So anyway, and that's all I eat. And I can eat as many as I want, as many potatoes as I want. I'm not allowed to add anything to it. No butter. I'm allowed to add water to it, so I can make the mashed potatoes. And I did that one time. I made them into mashed potatoes. But I legitimately, you're not allowed to add chives, sour cream, butter, anything. You're not allowed to add anything, oil, nothing. You can't add anything to it. You only eat the potato, baked or fried. I guess if you want to chop them up and do that, or boiled, whatever. You only eat the potato. Now, what does this do? It's nutritious enough that you're not going to get malnourished or anything like that. You're only doing it for 2 weeks, but it resets your taste buds. My stomach kind of rumbles a little bit, yet I don't feel hungry, and I've been doing this since last Sunday or Monday. I forget which. I've been doing it for 5 days basically, so I guess it was last Monday. Anyway, yeah, so I've been doing it for 5 days. Got to do it for 2 weeks. My wife is actually doing it also. She wants to lose some weight, but basically it resets your taste buds essentially. My problem, as most Italian people's problems, as most people's problems, is you love food. Food tastes fucking good, right? So you get all these different yummy tasting foods, and you build up a tolerance to a lot of these foods also. So if you eat a lot of pizza, I used to eat a lot of pizza and burgers, so a lot of red meat, all that stuff. Nom 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 tastes good, and I've built up a serious tolerance to it, as most people have. A lot of people, you know the deal. If you haven't eaten McDonald's or any fast food in a long time, you go to taste it and you're like, oh, like that. But then, you try it again and it's like, oh, well, okay, it's not that bad. And pretty soon you're like, oh, no, this is really good. I don't know what the problem was that day. You build up a tolerance to it, immunity to it. Like you would build up a tolerance to snake venom. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. But once you've been off of this stuff for 2 weeks, suddenly you taste the nastiness and everything. You'll taste the grease and the friedness in fast food and in pizza. My wife actually cheated today. She sent me a text message. Oh, my phone is out there. That was stupid. Anyway, she sent me a text message that says they had pizza at this event that I was at, and I finally after 3 hours I caved and I had a slice. 2 out of 10 on the pain scale. Her stomach actually hurt eating it. I'm like, shouldn't have done that. You genuinely shouldn't have done that. But that's what you get. Like, she's like, I don't understand. I don't understand why this, like, why did it happen? I explained it to her. It's like, your body had a tolerance to the nasty. Now it got rid of the nasty, and all of a sudden, right? So you lose your tolerance to the stuff. Your body resets, and that's going to help because you're only going to get sick later. You're only going to we know this stuff. It's going to lead to arterial blockages and all sorts of nasty negative stuff that's going to happen to us when we're older. Bad weight, bad physical conditioning, everything, right? Terrible endurance, so all that. Bad skin, yeah, everything. Anyway, so the idea is that you just reset. I actually did that for a while. I did something similar to that. I went completely cold turkey off of sugar for months. For months. And I was no longer interested in sugar. I went to because I got really enticed by I love Reese's peanut butter cups. You know what I'm saying? And I got enticed by the packaging for Reese's peanut butter cups again. I'm like, ooh, that orange and yellow. How you doing? And I went and I just nom 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 nom. And I got like terribly sick, as though I just like smoked a pack of cigarettes or something. I never really smoked in my life, so I'm just assuming that because I see people coughing when they first try cigarettes. Anyway, yeah, so I got really sick doing it. But then I went back to it again a couple days later, and then pretty soon I built up that tolerance, and then all of a sudden, nom 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 nom, and I could eat sugar and candy, whatever. But anytime that I would eat something, like even a fruit, I would taste the sugar in it. You know what I'm saying? So like a half a banana, more than enough for me. So along those lines. Anyway, that's what I always that's the way that this is supposed to work. So you do the potato diet, only potatoes, boiled or baked, your choice. I do baked. Get a whole bunch of them ready for you, and you eat as many as you want. So if you're hungry, like my first 2 nights, I ate so many potatoes I didn't know what to do. I think I ate on my second night at least. I think I ate maybe 9 potatoes. And I usually don't eat that much, but now I'm at like 3. I think I had 3 potatoes, and I'm kind of hungry for another one. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, yeah, my stomach is talking to me. I do feel a little bit hungry, but for the most part, yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And you just get to the point where food is literally just for energy. It's just for consumption. And that's exactly what every single one of us need. So, my recommendation, don't start the diet. Look up about the diet. Look up the Joe Rogan conversation about the diet. Look up Penn Jillette talking about the diet. That was the most informative to me. But look up a whole bunch of Penn from Penn and Teller. His name is Penn Jillette with a J. Look up all that good stuff, and you're excellent. Oh yeah, and you don't have to actually do any exercise. Granted, I do exercises. I do 100 squats every day. When it just like standing, so I stand up and I go down and up. I like bend full crunch and I make my heels touch my butt and I go back up. And that's literally all I've been doing. I haven't even been doing push-ups lately, which is weird for an army guy. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't even been doing that. I've just been doing regular old squats, 100 every single day. And it's good, and I make sure I move my arms when I do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And then just my regular. Oh, and then of course I walk. I walk to pick up my kids from school from the 2 different locations. Yeah, that's it. So, boom. um, Sue Ann's freaking hysterical. Richard, squats are bad for. Whoa, why are squats bad for you? I don't do, and Mitch doesn't do squat. Can I make a suggestion? When you get Gwenpool Strikes Back 3, while you read it, listen to the song Beautiful People by Ed. What? I know the Marilyn Manson Beautiful People, but okay, I'll Ed Sheeran and Khalid. Once you get the meaning, you'll love the book more. Beautiful People by Ed Sheeran. Okay, that's for Gwenpool Strikes Back 3. Okay, I'll try to remember that one. Lunges are better. Ooh, really? They're better? I don't know. I used to do them. We used to do them fast in the army. They were called Hello Dollies. That was fun because it was actually like skiing. You know, the lunges. We call them Hello Dollies, and yeah, it's good for your balance also. Maybe I'll do a couple of those also. But I don't know. Really, squats are bad for knees. Mind you, I'm not doing it with weights on anymore. Like I used to squat, weights back in the day. But no, I don't. I don't even lift weights anymore. Um, I feel like I should get back into it. I'm losing muscle mass. My shoulders aren't nearly as big as they used to be. Like I can actually feel bone. You know what I'm saying? I actually feel bone through muscle and flesh. You know what I'm saying? That's weird for me, but ugh. But some days I want to walk to a local park or graveyard, but I decided to be reclusive. Steve Ditko instead, and I don't like that. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes you just want to chill out. But literally, I just do my squats right over here. I'm not bothering anybody. Yeah. So anyway, yes, again, please, comments below when I end this video, which is about to be now. And then it's good to be back. It's good to be doing the live stream again. Do you want to get bulky or lean, Professor? No, I want to lose the dad bod. I've got a bit of a gut here. I don't think there's going to be much. You know what? Let me walk over here really quick. I'm wearing my shorts, or not my shorts. No, you don't see any bulge. So anyway, you see my Black Panther shirts. Anyways, yeah, I got a little bit of a dad bod going here, a little bit of a gut. You know what I'm saying? And I like raw. So yeah, I don't like this. It's weird. So yeah, I just want to kind of get rid of that. And basically, I just don't want to eat as much. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the big deal. I don't want to eat so much. Like I spend so much time eating. And granted, I used to be a lot more active, but now I'm not so active. I teach online and I do this stuff online. So there's too much time where I'm sitting, not enough time where I'm actually active and out doing physical labor. So it's hard. It's weird. It's hard. But anyway, yeah, since I'm not exercising nearly as much, eating a lot is starting to backfire on me. So I don't want that. So yeah, I'm just doing this so that I don't eat as much. Plus, just feeding your face takes so much damn time out of the day. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I just don't want that. Plus, after you eat, you need to rest, right? Belly is full, body must rest. That's one of the things we used to always say in the Army. Just, you know what I'm saying? Eat what you need. Eat to sustain. Don't eat to enjoy. Eat now, taste it later. Like we used to say things like that, and I've lost a lot of that. Push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, and lunges. Pull-ups. I do miss doing pull-ups. I used to be able to knock out 12, no problem. Front, back, whatever. I used to enjoy doing those. Push-ups, of course, I love them. Sit-ups, I did them in the Army. I found that crunches are actually better. And you know what? I should start doing crunches and leg lifts. You know the leg lifts where you just lift your legs 6 inches off the ground and just hold them there? Feet extended? Yeah, I miss doing those. But yeah, Richard, man, you and me, man, we should do a freaking workout video. Work up to 500 every day and you can do it. 500 what? Lunges? 500 lunges every day? I don't know. Oh, and what I used to when my oldest son was doing wrestling, we used to actually climb up the stairs. There's a place where we can go where there's like 20 layers of 20 floors of stairs. We used to just like sneak in and just run all the way up and walk all the way down, and then we'd be good. And it felt great doing the stairs. Oh my God, it felt great. And of course, this little kid, like he's just got all the energy in the world, man. Oh, you're up to 200 each day. Nice, nice. When I was boxing, I would do 500. Sweet. The Russian guy that I was talking about in the lift, he's into boxing right now, and his brother used to be Golden Gloves. I saw the Golden Gloves hanging from his thing. I was just like, oh, let's have a conversation, brah. So anyway, yes. So anyway, yes, I want to start doing an actual podcast, and I'm going to start doing my stop motion. I might even start doing that. I might start doing it tonight. I'm not sure, but I definitely have to edit this one thing just so I can get up the role playing thing. I have to start writing my role playing game out so it's multi expansive and get it awesome. And I need to write. I need to start writing my children's books, my children's superheroes books, because yeah, that's what I want to do. Because that's how I'm hoping I'm going to really be able to make a whole lot of personal income coming in. And it's something that I love, and it's something that's kind of related to what I do here. But until then, again, anything that I can do to get you guys, tell me what I need to do to get you guys to donate or to give $1 a month on Patreon or more. But again, I'd be happy with just $1. Tell me what you want to see. I will decide what's good, what's bad. I'll look at consensus and all that stuff. Put that stuff in the comments below once this video actually is no longer live. I genuinely appreciate it because yeah, $1 a month from 300 people would be more than would be about what I'm making now doing all this work anyway. So yeah, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys later. I'll do X-Men too. I'll do everything, my peeps. Absolutely, I'll even have an X-Men segment. Why not? Okay, and that's it. So I will talk to you guys later. Love, peace, hair grease, and talk to you later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.